Hey there. Doing things a bit different today, so I don't know if you saw the false start either. I forgot to actually press the go live. I just started anyway. Um, lots going on, lots going on. Keep your eyes on my videos. I'm hoping, if all goes well, we might have progress. We may have progress. Don't want to, what's the word? What's the word? Say something and it doesn't happen. So, want to be cautious, but yeah, there may be work being done. Ooh, yes, maybe work being done. So let's see. But before I do anything else, I want to thank the person who dropped me a PayPal, another donation, another person. And if you guys have done a donation for me, I've just come up with something wonderful I want to do to thank you all. And of course, thank those of you who are just able to share. That's not a just able to, that is awesome because you're spreading the word. Okay, Stephen Tina's here. Good morning to you, as it's your morning. Got to drive the kids today, so I only have a short stay. Yeah, so it's thanking everybody, but there's something I want to do for the donators to acknowledge them, because I've only said thank you at the moment, but I need time to do it. Something I want to do to celebrate their help as well. I also want to give a shout out to Blue's Self-Reliance, as I've mentioned over a few videos, in case people wondering where she was, because she's quite a good supporter of my lives. I did say she's busy working in the background. Well, in the description under this video, there's my PayPal link for donations, and you will now see a GoFundMe link as well if you prefer to pay that way, or if you want to share that way, because I know a lot of people know that or more au fait with that. And that's what Blue's been doing. She has actually created a PayPal, a GoFundMe page. So go and take a look at that, and please go and thank Blue on her channel. And of course, if you're not a subscriber there, that would be helping me to thank her. She's got her own problems, and she has put me above all her problems. So do go and thank her on my behalf. I've thanked her myself, but I know if you'll go and thank her on her channel, she will appreciate that too. So that's big news there. That's really good. I've got to look up because I've got lots of little odd things. I feel a little better today. Because of that, I woke up, opened my laptop, and that message was there. Blue's showing me the link to go and have a look at, and I read her wonderful words. And also, as I say, I got another PayPal donation. So that was good. It was especially good because the PayPal donations, the PayPal account is linked to my own Gmail, not the one you guys use, which is the one Blue used, but my own personal one. You know, I said, I think last live or the live before, all my channel had kind of gone, as in my Gmail, that side of things, and I had to re-sign in and rejoin everything and whatever else. So I was busy doing that, and my main account had got my normal personal Gmail, which is what PayPal's associated to. So the last donation, I think, came in a while ago, but I hadn't been able to get on that. I've now got that open again, and my selling platform that I use in Cyprus, there was all these, you need to update all these items that you got on there. So I've been sitting there like, yeah, renew, and it takes a bit longer than that. But yeah, hopefully now people can see stuff I'm selling in Cyprus, so that will be pretty cool. If any of you watching are from Cyprus, I don't have Facebook or any of those other things. If you know of another way that I can sell my stuff in Cyprus, let me know. I use Bazaraki at the moment. That does work, but it's very slow going, as in you might sell one thing 1 week and then not sell anything for 3 months, even though I've got over 100 items on there. It's not they're not wanted, it's people don't know of it so much. But apart from like Facebook, which I won't do, and that's not really a thing here, to be honest with you, then I need to find another way to sell stuff. I've got stuff to sell. It's mostly dance stuff, so it's dance shoes, dance wear, all brand new. It's old stock, and I'm just trying to sell it. I will not give it away because it's brand new, and I'm pretty sure the day I say I'll give it away, suddenly people come out the woodwork and go, oh yeah, thanks, I'll have that. It's very fair prices. It's a lot cheaper than brand new, even though it is brand new or in original packaging. So if anyone wants any of that, I've got adult stuff, children's stuff, show wear, class wear, tap shoes, ballet shoes, point shoes, jazz shoes, you name it, I've got it. So I've got stock, I just need it shifted. If anyone wants it from other countries, what I've said I'll do is send you like pictures or whatever of all the things I've got available, and then when you say what you want, I would then go with it all wrapped up, but you don't have to have it yet, and take it to the post office with your address and ask them how much the shipping would be, because I can't afford the shipping. I might as well not sell anything. So if anyone wants it in other countries, then you tell me what you'd like, I'll pile it all up, take it to a post office, they can wait and tell me with your address how much it would cost to ship. Then I would come back to you and say, this is how much on top of what you've ordered, do you still want it? So there's that. I've been editing my drought video today, which is, I've said if something good comes out of my situation, it's the fact that maybe I was meant to film a video on how I've tried to save a lot of my plants and trees. I haven't saved everything. There's a lot of devastation, but what I did to save as much as possible, and how I decided and made my choices as to what things I was going to prioritize to save. So I've got that edited. That will be up soon. What else? Oh, I was having a laugh on John and Sarah's channel. First shout out to Doves, Bees and Gardens. Do go and check out their channel. And they've done some netting for blueberries. And I was saying, yes, I've made, if any of you guys seen it, I made a long time ago, like net curtains, like covers. I used bamboo sticks and then put net curtain round it. And for me, it's to stop the butterflies getting in on the brassicas and laying the eggs. And I said to John and Sarah, yep, my butterfly netting really works well. Today, I found a butterfly trapped inside. So they're getting in, but then they can't get out. It's like one way. I'm like, oh no, I hope there's not eggs in there, because that's something I have saved. And that, the reason for trying to save that is it's brassicas are things I can freeze, so it's food for a long time. And I spent all those hours trying to make these netting cages. So yeah, that's something I've saved. I will go through all what I saved and what I lost, although in this drought video you will see some of both, some of what I've lost and some of what I've still got, but I haven't talked so much about that, showing you how I've saved some of the things in the video. What else? So my butterfly nets. And also I've said on the drought video, I'll just call it drought video, it's for hot weather, hot countries, anything like that, growing without water, or with, I know there's water stoppages in some countries, you can't water your plants at certain times of the year and that kind of thing. So in any situations like that. And I have said on that video, if you've got other ideas, it's only sort of my first, what I've just done in my head ideas out in the video. I have got other ideas and other things I've done, but they will be in other videos. I just wait to get one out. But I've said, if you've got your ideas of how you save plants, then do put them in the comments under the video. So that would be really cool. What other news? We have new things happening on YouTube. I always update you of the new things that's happening in YouTube, and it's like yellow circle dots, and they're calling them yellow icon timestamps. That's it. I had to look on the board. Timestamps, yellow icon timestamps. They are rolling it out trial on a lot of channels. I don't know if you've got it or if you will get it. Don't worry if you don't know what it is, because you're just not having it yet. And I've got it. And what it is sometimes you'll get a video and it will say, you know how they verify that everything's okay in your video when you post it or later on. And sometimes they say, no, that video breaks a code or violates something, or there's part of it someone's reported, but you never know what part it is. It could be something in the thumbnail. It could be a little thing in a thumbnail, and they just say, no, that video has been demonetized, but you don't know why. Though do be warned, a lot of them, they just randomly say it, and then if you appeal it, they say, oh no, it's fine, error. So don't panic if you get that. But what they're doing now, they're putting yellow like circles, small dots, and they will show you exactly what place in your video, like a timestamp, but it's a yellow circle. They will show you exactly the part that's been reported or that kind of thing. So if you suddenly said a word you shouldn't say, you'll get the dot there. If it's a length of video, you'll have a dot before and after that part, and that will obviously be that. If it's the full video, you will get notification of that. Now, because they're only just rolling it out and just doing it, they have actually said that even though you get these dots, if you go in your video and say, oh, yes, I said a swear word, for example, I'll just edit that out and then re-put it up for like them to assess again and see it's fine. No, they're not ready to do that yet. They can just show you where the problem is, but you can't clip that bit out and repost it at the moment. So they said this will probably infuriate a lot of creators. There's a problem, but right now you can't fix it. So I just thought I'd let you know of that, because I tell you, as soon as there's something new on YouTube, as I say, if you don't see that yet, you're obviously not part of the rollout. But I thought I'd update you on that. What else? Happier today because I'm just absorbing myself in all your lovely comments. They really have helped. Really lovely comments. Oh, we normally do, or sometimes do, Poetry Corner on this live, and I will share with you to go on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, and I had posted the poem that Stephen Tina Jewell sent me, and I put my own footage to it. So if you're interested in poetry, do go on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. I posted another video today, so it'll be one back from that. Okay, let's go on to, you'll see I'm reducing my little intros at the moment. That's really because if we get work done, I won't be able to sit here doing copyright strike, no, it's fine. Copyright strike, no, it's fine. So I'm not playing too much at the moment. Okay, my puzzle today is thus. You are in a dark room with a candle, a wood stove, and a gas lamp. You only have one match, so what do you light first? So I'll say that all again, so I'm well sweating. It's so hot here at the moment. You are in a dark room with a candle, a wood stove, and a gas lamp. but you only have one match. What do you like first? And I'll let you think about that, and I will take you on to Quote Corner for Wednesday. Okay, let's do another shout out. This is for Auntie Ellen. She's not my auntie. And her channel is Garden, Quilts and Art Shows. And she actually calls her channel, the abbreviation of that, GQAT. GQAT. If you want links to any channels, I say, because I know a lot of you are just listening while you're doing other things. If you want links, just ask me in the comments under this video and I'll give the links to those. I can't do links unless I've already pre-saved them on StreamYard. So that's Auntie Ellen, and that's Garden, Quilts and Art Shows, and that's GQAT. You can type either of those in and the channel will still come up. So go and check her out. She's a lovely lady. She's got, she calls it, it's not a word we use here, but she uses the term handicapped, and she's got a handicapped garden in her home where she lives, and they've stolen, she had 100 garlic bulbs and they've been stolen. She's pretty sure they're stolen because other things have been stolen too. So poor Auntie Ellen. Okay, let's go on to our next theme for today, which is this. So still doing my cross stitch, haven't done very much this week. I've been sorting things out, which you'll see, and I have done some. I've tried to elongate the picture a bit more because you're all guessing what it is. And as I say, I won't tell you if you're right. You can make as many guesses as you like. Keep guessing, keep saying different things. I know as it develops, it does keep looking like different things. It's one thing. The whole picture is one thing. It's not a scene. It's one thing. So it might be a bicycle. It wouldn't be a bicycle with a river and trees. It's just one thing. So I've tried to make it bigger so it might help you guess, or maybe not. It's getting too long to show you now because it's vertical, but I'll do my best. So I'll start it at the distance. Doesn't help I've got a dirty screen. So I'll start it there. Now, every time people guess, and we've had many different sorts of guesses, I can always see it. I go, oh yeah, I can see that. But as I say, I'm not saying if anyone's right, and I will keep a mental note as to who gets it right, if anyone gets it right before I've finished. I hope you'll get it right before I've finished. Obviously, the nearer we get, maybe you should guess what it is. Who knows? And I did say last week, yes, it is the right way up. Somebody thought I was fooling by, they thought it was something else up another way. No, this is the correct way up. Although I did turn it round and it did look like what they thought it was. Oh, yes, look, that looks like something else, doesn't it? You'll be like, And also this way, that's the way up they thought it was. And last week it did look like what they thought it was, that way up. But this is the correct way. So if you want to have guesses, if you're watching this back later or you're listening and you want to have a guess, do watch this bit back and see if you can guess what it is. As I said, I've tried to keep going down a bit more with the picture. I've done some more this way at the top There's more there. Right, I'm coming in closer now, so you won't see it all in one go. It's funny, I know what it is, but to me it looks like something else as well. So yeah, we've gone all down here. Ooh, what do you think it is? I like this game. So there we go. That is my update. As I say, not done too much. I think it's very pretty. There's so many colours in it. So I did a little bit more there. It makes me go and do some so I can show you progress each time. So that pushed me to do it this week. Let's do another shout out. Let's do a shout out for Scully Pop ASMR. Scully Pop ASMR. Now, I know Scully from completely different channel, but now he's commenting to me under that channel. So hopefully he wants a little shout out for that channel. Something very different. If you're looking for something extremely different, that's what that channel is. I've only visited that side of his channels recently. A couple of lives he was doing, and I just happened to be on. So, yeah. That's the one. So we've done 3 shout outs so far. If you're fast forwarding this later, you've missed some shout outs. Okay, let's check the puzzle again. So the puzzle today is you're in a dark room with a candle, a wood stove and a gas lamp. You only have one match, so what do you like first? That's a good one. I like that one. Gets you thinking. Okay, let's go on to this. Now, there's different types of jokes. Like some people say dad jokes. There's knock knock jokes. Do you know those? There's doctor jokes. Doctor, I've got a bee in my head. That kind of joke. There's one-liner jokes. There's so many different types of jokes. Do you have a favourite type of joke? I like the blonde jokes. Do you know the blonde jokes where they make fun of the girls say silly things? I'm just so sweaty. My hair is sticking to my head. Oh dear. Okay. We need to deal with that. Okay. So these ones today are what do you call a man with? What do you call a girl with? Those kind of things. So the first one is, what do you call a man with a seagull on his head? And the answer is Cliff. So if you don't know those type of jokes, you get it now. What do you call a man with a seagull on his head? Cliff. So the answers are people's names that relate to the joke question. Next one is, what do you call a woman who sets fire to her gas bill? This is a good one. Bernadette. Bernadette. That's a cool one. What do you call a woman who sets fire to her gas bill? Bernadette. You see where we're going. Some of these you might know if you know this style of joke. Some you may not. What do you call a woman by the beach? What do you call a woman by the beach? Sandy. What do you call a man with 2 lions in his pockets? Den. What do you call a woman who has just taken 2 dozen cows out of her freezer? Thora Heard. Now, if you don't know, that's an English actress. Thora Heard. Taking them out the freezer, Thora. Just taken 2 dozen cows out of her freezer, Thora Heard. What do you call a man floating in the sea? Bob. What do you call woman goalkeeper? What do you call woman goalkeeper? A net. What do you call a woman who has 2 toilets in her house? What do you call a woman who has 2 toilets in her house? Lulu. Oh, I need this. What do you call a man that has a false toe? Roberto. Roberto. What do you call a man with no shins? What do you call a man with no shins? Tony. 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 What do you call a man who likes long distance running? What do you call a man that likes long distance running? Miles. What do you call a man with a plank on his head? Edward. What do you call a man with 3 planks on his head? Edward Woodward. Edward Woodward. I've got more of those. That's my latest type of joke, but I like blonde jokes. If you've got any blonde jokes, do send them along to me. I like blonde jokes. My Disneyland one's my favourite. That's one of my favourite jokes. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I'm going to play today You and Who. You and Who. And if you don't know, I'll do a very brief example because some of you might be new here. First of all, you have to say who most resembles your character. So, for example, the first time I made this game up, it's my game, I chose Disney characters as the theme. So, who most resembles your character? And I chose Woody from Toy Story because he was fun-loving, but he could be serious when he needed to be serious. He was there for his friends. And then from that, I said you had to choose a Disney character, your dad, who you want for your dad. And I gave my reasons, but I said Baloo from the Jungle Book because he looked after Mowgli and he was fun, but he was there for you. Then you have to choose a mum. So I chose Mrs. Potts, the teapot from Beauty and the Beast because she was mumsy, and so on and so forth. So you get the idea, and I tell you what you've got to choose. It's always dad, mum, brother, sister, a grandpa, a grandma, a pet. I chose Gromit from Wallace and Gromit. I know it's not Disney, but... And then friends, you have to say a group of friends. And then where you would live. So for Disney, I would live in Madagascar, the film Madagascar. And then you have to choose a vehicle from a Disney. So you could do that one on your own. We've also done book characters, your book characters. So the same, who you most resemble, and then the family, etc. Last time we did nursery rhyme characters. So you have to pick, again, who you're most like out of all the Disney characters and so on and so forth. Hey, we've got Squirrels Magnet Fishing and Outdoors in the house. Hello to you. And guys, don't forget, Squirrel's trying to get to 2K. So go on over there and hit that subscribe button. And of course, watch some videos while you're there. What are you on, Steve, now? I don't know if he's still in because he said he would have to go. But if you're still there, Steve, tell me what your account is and what you would like to be. And we'll all go over and subscribe there and get you further along as well. You must be... Oh, you were saying you were monetized now. So you're doing pretty well. Excellent. Okay, so this time... we're going to do the theme. I've chosen Muppets. Muppets. I think we all know the Muppets, don't we? So first of all, if you're watching this now live, type in your answers, or if you're watching this back later, you can tell me in the comments, which of the Muppets is most like you? Ooh, which of the Muppet puppets is most like you? Who do you identify with? Which one is most like you? I've picked the Swedish chef. He wasn't in it a lot. Do you remember the Swedish chef? That's me. I talk a load of nonsense. I identified with him straight away. I love him. He was the one, if you remember, it had real people's hands through the arms of the sleeves of the chef, and they would do funny things. Yeah, I don't cook very well either. He used to just make weird things. So who do you identify the most with out of the Muppets? Who are you most resembled to? Not in looks, in character. I hope you don't look like any of the Muppets. And yeah, so I've chosen the Swedish chef. Then you have to say, out of all the Muppets, who you would have to be your dad. Ooh, who would you have to be your dad out of the Muppets? Well, I've chosen Kermit. He seems to be the one who's most with it. My poor hair. He's the one who's most with it out of all the Muppets. I think you could rely on Kermit pretty much. So I've said Kermit. Then you have to choose a mum. I found that very hard because I have to pre-plan mine, so I'm not thinking too long. And I can tell you my answers because I know it's hard to think straight away. So I was trying to think of all the females. There's not actually a lot of female characters there. So I wanted a sensible mum. Hello, NDT show. Nice to see you here. Guys, do go and check out the NDT show. There's some really fun content on there. So do go over there. And as I say, if you visit someone, hit that subscribe button while you're watching a video. So we're saying which Muppet characters, first of all, do you most resemble as in character? And then we have to pick a dad and a mum, who you would have as a dad of the Muppets and who you'd have as a mum. And yeah, I just couldn't think of many female characters there. So in the end, I came up with, I think her name was Janice, and she's in the band. You know, they had the band, and she just had long hair like spaghetti, spaghetti hair. I think she had big lips. Did she have a hat or just the long blonde hair? I can't really remember. I'll have to go and create my family in pictures. So I just picked Janice. Then you have to pick a brother. Which Muppet would you like for your brother? Well, today I wanted to pick a crazy brother, a crazy little brother today, because I'm always picking dependable big brothers. So I thought I'd pick a fun little brother. So who's the most crazy of all the Muppets? I picked Beaker. Do you remember Beaker? He was the one with, can't remember the scientist's name. Any of you remember the scientist's name? And he was kind of the assistant, but he didn't speak properly. I think, did he just make noises? I think he just makes like squeaky noises. I don't know. So I picked Beaker. Yeah, I can't remember the scientist's name, but he was like the scientist's assistant. And I think the scientist used to do experiments, and I think Beaker used to end up being exploded and all sorts. Then you have to pick a sister. If you pick a sister, which Muppet would you pick as a sister? Again, I found this very hard. I set myself the theme, and I'm like, oh, that'd be easy. There's lots to choose from. And I'm like, haven't got a clue. So apart from the Swedish chef, my other favourites that, again, were in it very rarely, so unless you're a real fan, you probably won't know, was the Bobby Benson Baby Band. If you don't know it, Google it, because that is really cool. The Bobby Benson Baby Band. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. I can't remember the conductor, who was Bobby Benson. I can't really remember what he looked at, but he had tiny babies, you know, like Cabbage Patch Kids, the babies with the bald heads. They looked exactly like that. And I can't remember what he did to them, but all their noises played the tune. I can't remember if he took their dummies out and they'd like go, meh, and that would be part of the song, or if he hit them with something. I'm going to have to look it up now. So I've picked for a sister one of the babies from Bobby Benson's Baby Band. Then I had to pick a grandpa. Which Muppet would I pick for a grandpa? Now I wanted a good grandpa. Grandpa, this time I wasn't going to pick a typical grandpa. I wanted to learn something from my grandpa. Is there a Muppet you can learn from? Yes, I picked Sam the Eagle. He would be able to tell you things, wouldn't he? And you'd learn things from him. So I picked Sam the Eagle. Then I had to pick a grandma. As I say, female characters I think were a bit short on the ground there. I'm going to have to watch the Muppets and see, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't that many female main characters. So, of course, I had to go for Miss Piggy. Wouldn't she be really funny? A completely way out there grandma, Miss Piggy. And she'd give you her jewellery you could dress up in. I'm not sure she'd share, but you can imagine you watch her while she puts her lipstick and fake eyelashes on. I picked Miss Piggy. She had to be in there somewhere, did she not? Then you have to pick an animal, a pet from the Muppets. Now, I think there are lots of animals in there, but of course I picked Animal for the animal. I picked Animal because was he human? Well, he was part human, but he was crazy. So wouldn't he make a terrifying pet for when you have some great aunt come round to your house? So for my Muppet that I've got to pick a pet from, I have picked Animal. Who would you pick? Then your friend. Who would you pick for your friend? Well, I wanted a normal friend with all this chaos. So I picked Ralph. Do you remember Ralph? Ralph was the dog that played the piano mostly. So I picked Ralph. I guess he could have been your pet, couldn't he, really? A piano playing dog. Steve's doing all the links to everyone. Thank you for that, Steve. Really appreciated from me and the channels. Then you have to pick where you're going to live out of the theme. Well, I guess you could say Sesame Street, couldn't you? Because that was the original home of the Muppets. But I picked backstage in the theatre. Yes, the Muppet Theatre. And if you know my past as being a professional performer, I've always said, as much as I like performing, it's the backstage life I really loved. I love rehearsals far more than performing. It's awesome, it really is. And if you go on my dance channel, Everything Dance, Your Mentor, I'm slowly going through on my lives there my dance journey from when I started dancing to going through. And I'm just talking about some of the shows at the moment. On my last live, I've been talking about that. And I haven't got to it yet, but one of the shows, our dressing room was under the stage. Yes, absolutely under the stage. And it's where they always in theatres store like chairs and things like that. And obviously chairs were out. And we were literally under the stage. We had to be quiet. We were older then. I was probably about 17 or something like that. And we had to be quiet under there. And yeah, and we could see the trap door. You know, some performances where they shoot someone up out the trap door. We were there and that was fun. That was my favourite time. So yeah, I would be live in the theatre backstage. And then the final bit was you have to pick a vehicle. What vehicles are there in the Muppets? I did think of one. Can you think of any vehicles that are in the Muppets? Well, do you remember in the Muppets they had a pretend TV series in the middle of the Muppet Show, and it was called The Pigs in Space? And I think it went something like this: Pigs in Space. That was good, wasn't it? You'd think I was the voice doing that. Yes. So I have picked the rocket or the spaceship, whatever they were on. I couldn't think of any other vehicles. You remember? Can you think of any other vehicles? I can't think of a single other vehicle that was in the Muppets. There must have been something else. I mean, there might have been a random thing. Oh, didn't Scooter have a bike? Now, if you don't know who Scooter is, he came in it later on. He was supposedly the nephew of the owner of the theatre. And the story went, I think it was something like they were going to kick the Muppets out of the theatre. And Scooter was sent to deliver the news, but he got roped in to quickly go on stage. Something had happened and they sent him on to announce the next act. And he got a buzz for it just by going out on stage and seeing the audience. And he let the Muppets stay there. I don't know if he got round his uncle or whatever else. I think he had a bicycle at some point, because now I'm remembering, you obviously didn't see Muppets' legs much apart from Kermit's, but I remember seeing legs pedaling. They had like pretend legs pedaling, puppet legs. Maybe there was a bicycle, but I can't remember. But I'm having the rocket or the spaceship. That's mine. So if you have time to think of answers to any of those, do let me know. If you don't have to do the whole lot, but if you just think of one answer, that would be really cool. And do drop me comments. I enjoy reading them. They're quite funny. And don't forget, if you put something, the character you're most like of the Muppets, for example, tell me what qualities of that and why you chose it. So that would be really good fun. Okay, let's go back to our puzzle of the day. And the puzzle of the day is this. You are in a dark room with a candle, a wood stove, and a gas lamp. You only have one match. What do you like first? That's a puzzler, that one. Can you think of an answer? And while we're doing that, thinking, let's do another shout out. Let's do Sophia's Oasis. Sophia's Oasis. As I say, if you want links to these, do let me know and I will drop them to you. She does really nice channel, so do go and check it out. If you're interested in other countries, she's just done a lovely video where she drives through and shows you typical houses. So I've done that. I've done a little bit more of that when I go into town, because you just see my stone houses, which is the video I've posted. Stone houses in my village, the ruined stone houses. If you want to know why my village is abandoned, I have mentioned it before and gone through all the story of it, but the Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla asked why there's all these ruined stone houses, really old houses in my village. So in the comments, read that. I answered him. I actually copied and pasted it from a description in one of my videos where I talked about it before. So if you want to know why my village is abandoned, then go and look there. Steve's Steve. I love it. Steve always makes me laugh. I'm saying about which Muppet do you most resemble, or what qualities you have. And Steve saying one of the grumpy old codgers on the balcony, just a grumpy old man. Oh dear, that's so funny. What were their names? Was it Stanley and... can't remember what their names are. I seem to have less memories of the Muppets than I remember. They'll remember than I thought I had. As I say, try and think of characters. And I was actually quite stuck for thinking of all the characters. I was actually quite stuck. Yeah, there was all the band. I still can't remember all the band. There was the blue man with the big top hat in the band. I can't remember his name. If you said it, I'd be like, oh yeah. There was Animal. There was Janice. I think she played the keyboard, actually. Who else was there? Beaker, and I can't remember Beaker's partner. So long ago since watched the show. I must say I wasn't particularly a fan. Maybe that's why it didn't stick in my head. My older sister was. She loved Animal. Animal was her favourite. Fozzie Bear, obviously. Fozzie Bear. But I watched it because it was on. And as I say, there's a few characters I really like, but some I wasn't particularly fond of. And I like the last bit. They used to all do a big finale, and that used to be quite good fun. That was probably quite chaotic for them to film, if you think how many people needed to be squished up together to operate them all. Animal the drummer. Animal the drummer. Yeah, that was my sister's favourite for sure. As I say, Swedish Chef for me. Swedish Chef, and he wasn't in it very often. But when he was in it, I guess there wasn't a lot they could do with him, really. So, yeah. Yeah, not got the puzzle today, Steve. Steve's normally really quick with the puzzles. I thought you might get this one because this is like how my mind works. So I thought you'd get this one. Oh, I did think you'd get it really quickly, actually, this one. So, yes, no answers yet. I'll give it a few more minutes and then I'll do the answer. Let's do questions to finish with. Let's see. That's my questions. What question? Let me get my pencil so I can mark off. What would you rather do? Oh, miss the puzzle. Oh, I'll tell you the puzzle again. You're in a dark room with a candle, a wood stove, and a gas lamp. So you're in a dark room with a candle, a wood stove, and a gas lamp. You only have one match. What do you like first? You're in a dark room with a candle, a wood stove, and a gas lamp. You only have one match. What do you like first? Okay. Question of the day. Would you rather say sixth, sick, sheets, sixth, sheeps, sick 50 times every morning, or would you not speak all day and night? Oh, definitely for me, I'd rather not speak all day and all night. Would you rather say sixth, six, sheets, sixth, sheeps, sick 50 times every morning? I don't think anyone would rather do that, do you? Or would you rather not speak all day and all night? I can do that. You'd rather say those words? Seriously, Steve? I can't believe that. No, you've got to say it 50 times every morning. Are you good at saying those sort of things then? Oh, no. Oh, we differ today. Steve's got an answer for the question. You're in a dark room with a candle, a wood stove, and a gas lamp. You only have one match. What do you like first? And Steve says, the match. The match. You're in a dark room with a candle, wood stove, and a gas lamp. You only have one match. What do you like first? The match. Yes, Steve. I knew you'd be quick on that one. If only you'd heard it. This is for Steve Jewell. tricky. Well done to Steve. Did you like that one? Can't keep my mouth shut. Oh, that's why. Great life, Steve, says Squirrels. Yeah, we do crazy things. I like to think my lives are a bit different. You never know what's coming up for sure. You are tricky. Takes one to know one, Steve, my friend. Takes one to know one. Okay, I'm going to finish there today. Thank you so much for being here. Keep your eyes peeled on my channel. That's all I'm going to say. Don't want to tempt fate. So thank you for being here. You are so appreciated in many ways, more than you can know. And I will see you either Friday earlier on my other channels live. So look up the thumbnail to figure out what time it is in your country, or I will see you back here again on Monday. Bye for now. Thanks for being here.